I'm very happy to be in this very special place, one of the most important places, not only for Paros, of course. It's one of the most important places of the world, although it's not so well known. We are at the Marathi quarry of Lichnitis, at the cave of Pan, and we are down here. We can be about, I don't know, 100 meters in the galleries. On my right hand side is one of the pillars that support this amazing ceiling. It's all what you see is the carvings of our ancient Parian ancestors, with some sculpture of nature over here. And we are here because I think we should focus on this amazing place as a society. I mean, on Paros and in Greece in general, because from here the larger number of important sculptures that are in most of the museums of the world have come out of here. They are extracted from the belly of this amazing place, and it's a pity that almost nothing has happened all these years to make this place significant again, because you want to change the root of a place, then you have to focus on its past, and if you focus on its past and in such an amazing past, an amazing history that we have here, then you can really change the future of the place too. The grain, the finest grain, is what made it extremely important. The fact that a sculptor could work on it in the finest detail, and the fact that once it was polished, and as far as I know, it was waxed too. It gave a real impression of the flesh, of the skin. We have to make this cave, this quarry, open to the public for heaven's sakes. It's a good start with a film festival. Maybe we should make a film about it. For sure, we should make a film out of it, and then we should make all the work needed to be a part of the UNESCO monuments of the world, because it deserves to be. So I'm more than happy maybe to put just a little tiny stone on the future structure of such a project, and I am happy that I am with you here, and that we both are putting this little stone, this little fragment, and we sure will continue to do it in the future.
My main medium are pencils. I draw, I work on paper mainly, and I've been in Paros for the last 12 years. I think what triggered my relationship to the island was the stories of my grandmother. She was from this village, she was from Lefkes, and this made it like a dream place for me. And when I had the opportunity, I came to live here when I finished my studies. This island provides me a very big room to have time to think what I want to do and to create in peace, let's say, that I don't have the noise of the big city that I was used to before, that I'm not get influenced that much, that I can have more space to look inside me. And I think this is the main thing that keeps me here and makes me want to continue working on the island. It's a very, very beautiful place. It has a lot of sun, a lot of light, and the sea and the surrounding and the environment is just so poetic. And I think these are the things that make it for me that so interesting. The other thing that fascinates me is, particularly here in Lefkes, the fact that everything seems a little bit to struggle to survive. It's not always easy, and nature can be very hard, and it's quite inspiring. It has its values, this thing. I isolate people, I isolate situations, and I want to look deeper into that individual. And I think this could be the connection. It's rather ascetic in a way. It's something very interesting, and it's another little window that opens for us to see the island and what it offers from a different angle. And it's very important. It's very important to communicate and exchange ideas anyway. So it's a great opportunity. I hope it continues. I hope it continues growing and it continues exchanging ideas. It's important.
I was raised here, and when I was a child it was very difficult to study music correctly, in a way, on Paros. So when I went to Athens I saw the difference from what I had here and what students in Athens had. So now I really feel inside in my heart that I try and I want to give to my students what I didn't have as a children when I was here. So for me, I give to my students, but in fact it's something that I'm taking back. I realized that many people, although they were not from Paros, they tried to come to Paros and find ways to live here. And that made me think why I was trying to go away from Paros, while many people were trying to come here. Nancy Goldenberg, a pianist from United States, she made in Paros for some years an international festival for classical music. So I was helping her in organizing and also played. I also played in some of these concerts, also with her, some duets. So already I had, it was a big opportunity for me as a Parian musician. It's very interesting and very impressive that this is finally organized and it's a fact, it's not a dream, you know. In a way I was surprised that it was happening when I was informed about it. But I think it's a great idea. I wish all the best for it and I really hope it could go on. Because Paros is an island and in a way we're isolated, because if we don't take the boat then you cannot, we're a small island in the Aegean. So for us that we live here, it's really important to have this connection with Paris. I hope this can go on, and I know that although Paris is a small island, people all over the world are coming here. So it's very nice when they find a way to do their dream reality. And there are many people who can help in the island to do this.
I'm local from Paros, born and raised on the island. Beautiful. Yes, especially in the winter, when it's nice and quiet. I traveled quite a bit the last few years, and now I'm back on the island owning a restaurant. Interesting project. It's something that's strong for the island, connecting with a city that is larger than the capital of this country. It's a strong feeling, I guess, especially for people who are more involved in the cinema and the moving picture. From a big city to a small island. I've been brought up in an artistic family. Both my parents are potters, they do ceramics. My sister does the same as well. I never did, but everything is art. Depends how you see it. I play the bouzouki as an amateur, not as a professional. I don't make money from it, but it's something that makes me express myself in a way. It's also a good companion to have with you. It's something that at any given moment you can break out on something instead of breaking out on friends or something.
I decide I want to make an archive for the future. For, let's say, next 50 years. Yeah? Not for you, maybe for your children or your grandchildren. Yeah? Then they can say, ah, look, my father or my grandfather, he was a fishing man on Paros, and look, yeah, the crazy Dutch photographer took his photo and he was busy with the nets. Yeah, okay, that kind of thing. That was my idea. And I started, it's about 7 years ago, with an exhibition behind the school, on the square of the school, with 2,500 portraits of only people from the island. But 2,500 portraits is 750 meters of photos. Every 10 photos was 3 meters, all connected on one long line of photos. We make an exhibition behind the school by the Ectopilioni, but all levels. And then 750 meters is more than you think. And the first day, nobody. The second day there were some children playing football and they came in the photos. But we couldn't see them because it was not one long line anymore. It was walls with photos, with only portraits. And then, my father, my neighbor, my friend. They were running away, and half an hour later the whole family was there. It was there for 3 weeks. It was crazy. They are still talking about it. And now I made more than 100 photo books, different photo books, about nature, rocks, animals, churches, priests, port police, activities in the port, daily life on the street. What I see. The people know me, that I'm walking with my camera. And also, more than, I just counted this morning to be sure, that 58,000 portraits of people on and from the island. Not anymore only the people from the island, because there are not 58,000 people, but also tourists. People what I see on the street, I shoot their portrait. And now I want to print the 100 books to present them to the people in an exhibition. Okay, locations are enough to find, to do it on a nice way. And after the presentation, I give the books to the library. More than 100,000 photos as a gift for the island.
It's important to say that many foreigner artists have come to Paros, and they chose it as a place to live and to create. And for a long time, for big periods of time, French were inspired by the ancient Greek culture, and the new Greek nation was also influenced by the French Revolution and the Enlightening. So I would also say that both countries have very strong bonds between them, and we should go on with this friendship. We know that art gives us hope to go on, and through art we can make a dialogue, and we can give solutions in everything that is around us. Sometimes the solutions may not be that successful as we intend for them to be, but still we have to connect our powers, think positive, go on together, looking through our hearts, using the language of art. We will make a new bridge that will show us new ways to go on.
I first came on Paros in 1976 and was hooked with the Paros virus a bit later and stayed here. I first came, I kind of left from the civil war in Lebanon, and I arrived here and I found to cite my friend with who I was traveling then. He keeps repeating it. I'm going to say it in French because he says it in French. La caresse invisible de la douceur de la vie. Paros is the invisible caress of the soft life. In fact, I've seen Paros changing slowly from from a traditional, almost autarcic society, slowly becoming a touristical based economy. Hopefully the legal framework for construction from one side, from the other side, the deep roots of the Parian community, the deep cultural roots of the Parian community help the island preserve in part its character. Thematic tourism is something which is sustainable because it kind of obliges the destination to not only to keep its character but even to improve it, to be to satisfy those people that come to find something special on the island. We pretty much believe that this osmosis of Parian and Parisian creators might well create a reaction with multiple effects, which will make out of Paros a destination for cinema, visual arts, but not only, for things like gastronomy, fashion, and all the kinds of arts of good living, which Parisians are the experts. And from the other side, that Paris becomes a town, a welcoming town for Parian creators.
Paros is calm. It's an island that gives to the people inner peace, and it's very important for an artist to create something. Because if you relax here and you feel the rhythm, then it will be Paros on you. And then you will realize what it will come up. First you have to relax in Paros and let Paros guide you to see what you can do. It works. You just have to leave yourself and follow. Paros will guide you and you will see things that you never expected. I believe that the people that they come to Paros, they have to taste, feel and be in the rhythm of the Parians. And the only way to give the tourists an idea how we live here is to give them our rhythm and our taste and to serve them the way we eat, to put music the music we like to hear. So Paros is not only sea and sun, it's the rhythm of the Parians that they have to be seen from all the tourists. So that's the way you can love a place, to see how the people live there. I am from a music family. Even my grandmother was singing and my grandfather was playing a very traditional organ here. It was Santuri, it was the name of this. My grandmother Archilogos was singing with him. This is how they met with music. And it's a tradition. There are 15 different groups of theater. We have teams that they're working professionally, but we love it. That's why we do it. Dancing groups. We have singing groups, music groups, painters. A lot of people that they will really appreciate what is happening right now, and I'm very proud about it. Feelings that you get. Λίγο πιο εκεί. Voilà.
Τέχνη.
Ταξίδι.
Ενδιαφέρον.
Φαντασία.
Φανταστικό.
Σακαφάου.
Είναι μαγικό.
Ζωή. Έτσι είναι η ζωή.
Ένας παράδεισος χωρίς έξοδα.
Έρωτας.
It presents things in a way that you would never imagine that you would see.
Cinema for me is like a voyage that gives you the chance to travel through your mind and through your heart to other countries, other cultures, and meet all these things that it presents you, and make you better and make you feel better as a person.
It means interesting, but the root of the word itself is interesting as well. It means it's brought from Zeus, the god of gods, and ενδιαφέρον, έρχεται από τον Δία. It's movies are nice, they're interesting. Godlike maybe, yes.
We use our imagination when we're doing a movie. What we use? Our imagination.
I think that's a word what connects me with cinema. And what I said, teaching. But when they teach something, then you like it or you don't like it. It can be nice, it can be not nice. But even when it's not nice, it's not that you have to hate it. But it's maybe not your taste, but still you can love it because it gives a message.
It's magical. You can create magic out of it.
Like sometimes very in life, in our lives, happen things that we would never believe, and it's like we see a movie, you know.
Je dirais c'est un peu le paradis, un peu de frais.
Means love in English. Yes. Amour in French. No, in French,
yes.
right?
The same. Exactly the same.
You?
Yes.
The very same.
We love it.
Πλατή ποτάμι αγάπη και βαθύ, κουράστηκε και πάει να κοιμηθεί. Για ποιο ταξίδι κίνησες να πας, να με θυμάσαι και να μ' αγαπάς, σου κλέβει η Ανατολή, μικρό φιλί. Στα χείλη και πικρό μικρό φιλί, πιο μακρινό ταξίδι σε καλεί. Θα φύγεις ξένε άσπρα τα πανιά, παράμονε βιλισμόνια. Για ποιο ταξιδική νήσες να πας, να με θυμάσαι και να μ' αγαπάς, σου κλέβει η Ανατολή, μικρό φιλί.